The Detroit Lions are looking to get back to their winning ways and win the NFC North again and potentially hoist the Lombardi Trophy in 2025. But how will their draft class help them get there? My name is Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down the 2025 Detroit Lions draft class. But before we do that, Ryan is getting married here in a couple of weeks. So send him an early wedding day present by hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like and a comment. Let us know what you think of the Lions. And Ryan, let's pull up the draft here. So first round, 28th pick overall, Tyleik Williams going to the Lions, defensive tackle from Ohio State. Then they got Tate Ratledge, offensive guard from Georgia. Then in the third round, Isaac TeSlaa, receiver from Arkansas. Arkansas.
TeSlaa.
TeSlaa, like coleslaw.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
like
it.
Tesla and coleslaw put together.
There we go. In the fifth round, Miles Frazier, offensive guard from LSU. Then Ahmad Hassanein,
Hassanein.
Hassanein, edge rusher from Boise State. Then in the seventh round, safety Dan Jackson from Georgia, and then receiver Dominic Lovett from Georgia. So I really like the first two picks, Tyleik Williams, Tate Rutledge. I think just one of the things in here as well, Tyleik Williams was a guy like just watching him in the playoffs, watching him throughout the entire season. It just felt like in one-on-one situations, he didn't lose that often. Like he wasn't bull rushed or anything like that. At minimum, it was a draw. And a lot of times he was winning and providing a lot of good pressure on the quarterback and then giving opportunities for Jack Sawyer, for JT Tuimoloau, like any of the other edge rushers to get after the quarterback. And I think that's going to fit really well with what Detroit Lions got going on with Aidan Hutchinson, as he's one of the better edge rushers in the league. Then, too, I like Tate Rutledge immediately just coming in and replacing Kevin Zeitler as well at that right guard spot. So, Ryan, I want to throw it over to you. What do you think of the first couple picks for the Lions? What do you think of the Lions draft class as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they did a good job. There's nothing that I love about this draft. There's nothing that I really hate about this draft. Like I thought they took players. We'll get to Isaac TeSlaa in a second, but they took players about where they were supposed to go. TeSlaa I thought was a bit of a reach, especially at the top of the third. That one, I like his upside a lot. I thought he was going to be a hot commodity on day three, just because 6'4", 215, uh, has good hands, is reliable, but I had him behind. Let's see, Kyle Williams went the pick before. I had Kyle Williams ranked ahead. Pat Bryant is an egregious reach on in the third round. There were just other guys, Jalen Knoll, that I had ahead of him. So Savion Williams. There were just other guys on the board still that I had ahead of him that they went and took. With that being said, you see the athleticism, you see the hands, like you see the talent there. Just wasn't all quite put together yet at Arkansas. He wasn't targeted a ton in that offense. So I feel like it's a high upside pick, but there's a big bust potential with that. And for a top
Yeah.
75 pick, not my favorite. But with that being said, I think Miles Frazier is good value on day three. Ahmed Hassanein is a Dan Campbell guy. He was at the combine like before drills, like pounding his chest, like screaming, getting everybody hyped up. Like he's just like, I think he's going to fit in really well there. And I thought that was a fun pick. Dan Jackson is everybody's favorite white secondary member from this draft class. He's like a good player. He's kind of like that try hard guy that's like he's going 100% in practice when everybody else is going like 75. Go watch the Senior Bowl where he lit up Jack Besh on I believe it was 7-on-7s when they were running drills. But good football player. I think there's some developmental traits there that you would like. And then Dominic Lovett is a developmental wide receiver as well. So I think it's like it's a good draft class. They made 7 picks. Like this to me might be the epitome of average. I might give them a slightly below average grade just because I don't really like the value for Isaac TeSlaa, even though I like the player.
Yeah, I think for me is I was thinking that too, is like this is just a good draft class. I think just solid. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe a couple picks in your mind, like and maybe in other people's mind that might be a reach. But I also think too, when you go look at Isaac TeSlaa, just for example, is they didn't have a fourth round pick. Like it was about 80 picks, I think, between that and then like their next pick in the fifth round, maybe if not even a little bit more. And
Yeah.
so They went to go get a guy that they like, but I think that even add on to that is they're coming up to a pretty big decision now with Jameson Williams as well. And if we go look at it, I think we all like what Jameson Williams like can
It-
do. His issue though, the past couple of years has just been staying on the field. Like his rookie year in his defense, like tore his ACL, but then he started off then too with the gambling at the beginning of his next year, and then he missed some time as well
yeah,
last year also. So it's and is he just a one trick pony? I mean, he's got that big speed, and if he's going to be wanting a bigger contract, which
they did pick up his 5th year,
they all
I
do.
believe.
Oh, okay, and that's good too. So
Yeah,
I think then it's going to be interesting to see what like just what ends up coming from that and seeing if they can go and develop. Because I think another thing too, as of right now, outside of those two guys in the receiver room, like I liked what Tim Patrick brought, but there is like he's just a good consistent veteran receiver and a cool story
yeah,
overall because he had a lot of talent but kept getting hurt in Denver. So I think Isaac TeSlaa, if that's the guy that they like, he wasn't going to be there by their 5th round pick, which, as I said, was 80 plus or so picks later. So, but I like it. And Tyleik Williams, I think that's good value overall. Continuing to keep beefing up the defensive trenches. Tate Ratledge, I think, too, slots in immediately now as a starting right guard. And so, exactly where Kevin Ziegler was. So, in general, like I think this was just a good draft. I think B, and as you talked about, they got some
yeah,
Dan Campbell guys in day 3 that can absolutely explode and potentially develop into being some good guys there. And also like super try hard guys, as you talked about. So I really like that.
yeah.
So I'll give this one a B. Just I think it was just a good draft in general.
I'll go. So my your average grade is a B. My average grade is a C. I'll go slightly below average just because I didn't. I again like the player, just not where they took him. With Isaac TeSlaa, so I'll go C minus. And just because I feel like it's a below, it's a average draft class. They made 7 picks and maybe just not with the greatest value. But
Sure.
all in all, the Lions are in a really interesting spot. I don't think this draft class definitely helps them, but it's not like them winning games in 2025 is going to depend so much more on the coaching changes that happened and the coordinators that they brought in and hired. These guys are going to come in. I think they're going to do the jobs that they're asked to do, and nothing more, nothing less. And I'm excited to see what the Lions do going forward. So
Same
let's
here.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's gonna be interesting. Sorry, just a final thought. Like
No, you're
I
good.
wouldn't be surprised. Well, it's like obviously the Lions are going to regress just naturally. They had such a great year last year, but I also think too talked about this. Like last year, we praised their consistency at the coordinator position, which has helped out a bunch overall. I think in like how effective they were immediately from the jump because like all the communication was the same, the play calling was the same, everybody knew everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a regression, especially in the early part of the season with all the new lingo, new
Yeah,
changes, new play calling that comes in. And so curious to see how they bounce back. And this is a very tough division now. I mean, it was a tough division last year, but I think the Vikings. I'm curious how they're going to bounce back. But they had the same coordinator, same coaching, and everything. That same consistency going year over year. The Packers are still the Packers, and I think they're going to be healthier. And the Bears, I mean, who knows with the Bears? Ben
yeah,
Johnson and leading that way, and you go look at how they drafted in that their offensive roster, and even to their defensive roster, I think is actually pretty solid. So, but we'll have to wait and see. The Lions, it's definitely not going to be a cakewalk going back and winning the division in
oh,
2024 or
not at
2025.
all. Yeah, no, I think that they have I don't want to say a long way to go, but because I think that they are the reigning champs, like they deserve that respect, even with all the coaching loss. But they have a tough road, and they won the division. They're gonna play the Eagles again. They're gonna play the other division winner as well. So they got a tough schedule in front of them.
Oh yeah.
But I'm hopeful. I think that they have the talent to go out and be the team that we all want them to be. So let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on what you thought of the Lions 2025 draft class. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you have done differently? And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.